Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the only supplements that actually work. Um, Through my years of training and coaching individuals, I will tell you 90% of the game is marketing and hype, right? And then 10% is actually science based. And today, I'm going to take the guesswork out of it for you, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need or what the only supplements that actually work are. Right? So, like I said, this is a $40 billion industry, supplements. That's based off of emotion. They're trying to catch you at the right time, uh, craving or being inspired or motivated to have a certain physique. They'll sell you the dream. You buy the supplement, nothing happens, right? Um, that's generally the cycle. There's always a new 18-year-old. That's what I think. That's what I put in my head, and that's what I tell people. There's always a new 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old that wants to come in and, get into bodybuilding, get strong, get faster, and they want to rely on these supplements because that's what is promoted. A lot of the times you even see enhanced athletes promoting these supplements. I would call them natural supplements, but they're just supplements, right? But this protein company knows that marketing using a enhanced athlete, let me say like Ronnie Coleman, get Ronnie Coleman to hold your bottle up. There's a form of, hey, I could possibly look like Ronnie Coleman, and depending on the viewer's level of intellect, um, or understanding of these products or these supplements, just that alone will get you a sale. C-bomb, hold this up, sales going crazy, right? So, like I said, a lot of it's marketing, very little of it's science, right? So, how can they get away with this? Because there's no oversight at the FDA for these supplements, or very little. Like, these companies can just produce these things, say this is the amount of protein you're going to get per scoop, and then there's no actual facts behind it. There doesn't have to be facts because it's not regulated in that way. Uh, uh, so they could just say your dream. They could say this is what it does, and it doesn't have to do any of that, and you can't do anything about it, right? Because you bought it. Another thing that they do are their proprietary blends, where they say we have all of these supplements in this one blend. You just don't know the breakdown of what's in that proprietary blend. They can just do a little sprinkle of this, a little sprinkle of that, and then a whole bunch of just filler, right? So you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you are getting. So that's how the game is kind of played. It's marketing versus science, right? But like I said, I've been taking supplements for a long time, uh, and I'll tell you what actually works. If you stick around, I'll give you one that I feel like worked for me. Secret, it was a gym, and I don't know if it was a placebo in my mind that made me feel like this supplement was everything I ever wanted and more, um, or it actually worked, right? So if you stick around to the end, I'll drop that one at the end. But just to get into it, the number one supplement, of course, 90% of you already know it's going to be protein, whey protein. It's the foundation of building muscle, especially for your natural athletes. It's fast digesting, and the bioavailability of it is in the 90 to 95 percentile. So, number one supplement that you want to be taking to build muscle, or even just to get into bodybuilding, get stronger, is going to be your whey protein. Uh, tell you a little story. So, when I was in probably high school, no, I came out of high school. I was in college as a freshman, and had this transfer guy named, they call him Freeway, really fast guy. But I was always under the impression that, hey, these protein, all this stuff doesn't work. I'm from Arkansas, right? And country towns, like, hey, these supplements don't work. Don't take protein. It's all fake. You just get it from food. So that's what I lived by forever. I got into college. I see Freeway in the gym. He's like I want to say he's like a junior when I arrived there. I got into the gym. I hit 225 for 3 reps, and like I'm talking about butt squeeze off the bench, everything I had for 3 reps, you know. And I'm looking around, and dudes are just flipping like crazy weight, like 315 for 10, something that I had never seen before. I'm coming out of high school, like a 3A high school in Arkansas. So I see Freeway's probably like 185, and he puts like 315 on there, just racks it out for like 10, 12 reps. I get in them, I'm already smaller than everybody in there, and I get in there, I hit boom, put the 225 on, hit it for my 3. It's like a full body workout, trying to get those 3 reps up, trying to show out. But what Freeway did was he put me on protein for the first time. I'll never forget. I thought this was like the craziest thing of all time. The amount of size and strength that I gained from finishing my first ever tub of protein. And the protein that he put me on was Nitrotech something. I can't remember. This is probably 15 years ago. But once I finished that Nitrotech, I probably went from, and I was eating good, you know, eating dining facility food there. But I went from probably like 155 to like 170. And when we came back in the next off season, I was hitting. Well, they were doing it on a weighted scale. So if you hit over 12 reps, they would stop you. So I had 225 for like, I want to say 10 to 12, and they had stopped me and said go max with a higher weight. But that's how effective protein is. I'll tell you that story because that's how effective protein is. It's the number one thing that you need to be ingesting if you're not getting it all through food. So that's number one, protein. Number two is creatine, obviously the most studied supplement known to man. I was taking creatine in high school. So my high school coach, he put it on us. He's like, hey, creatine, everybody, creatine. It can get dangerous though. Like my man, one of my guys had a kidney issue at a camp in high school. It kind of scared you a little bit, but like we figured out you just got to hydrate. You know, you hydrate, take care of yourself. That creatine is very, very effective. I've been taking creatine since I want to say 2006, 2005 or 2006, like literally almost all the time. And then just recently, like last year, I started to hear that, hey, it makes you lose hair. And I never felt it, but as I get older, I'm like, man, maybe it does. But I've been off creatine for a little bit, and I do feel like a little bit of my hair is coming back in the front here. But creatine is a very effective muscle builder, size, endurance. It helps all of these things. Like your strength gains are going to instantly boom through the roof, and it's recommended at 5 grams, at 5 grams a day. But for me, I sometimes I go over with the creatine. It's not going to hurt you as long as you're really staying hydrated and taking care of your body. But those are number one and two. Another one is another supplement that supports or that actually works. Not creatine, but caffeine and beta alanine. Pre-workout for me are kind of must. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to over abuse these things throughout the day, but they do support, high performance, focus, and energy. Both of those things. So add those to the mix. You got your omega-3 fatty acids. This is gonna support your cardiovascular health, lubrication of the joints, the muscles, and reduce inflammation. Right. So omega-3 fatty acids. You got your vitamin D. You can't go wrong with supplementing vitamin D, especially in the winter. when you're not getting it directly from the sun. Supplement it, just because you can't go wrong, right? And then you have your electrolytes. Electrolytes you need to be taking. Those are transports. In my brain, I think of electrolytes as transport. Those carry nutrients to the muscle, right? It carries water to the muscle. So very important. You know what I'm saying? For hydration, contraction, and preventing, like cramps and things like that, so you can maximize your training. And then the last one I'll talk about is a multivitamin. It's also known as like your insurance policy. It's just coverage, just in case you miss something throughout the day, throughout the meals. But yeah, that's generally the list that I go through. Today I talked about whey protein, creatine, caffeine, beta alanine, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and then I also talked about the electrolytes and multivitamin. But I'll tell you, the one supplement that I wanted to bring up is going to be turkesterone. It's a plant-based ecdysteroid. So it's just a plant, right? I took it before and I was like, man, I really felt like I had strength gains. Like I was in a bulking phase where I was just gaining weight anyway. But I do feel like that turkesterone aided me. It was I felt the strongest that I ever been. Like I was getting up in age. I was getting my weight up. I think I pushed up to like, so for instance, when I get on stage, I'm probably like 155 to 150. And then I pushed up to like 189 is the highest I ever pushed up, but I was stronger than I had ever been, of course. But I do feel like the turkesterone was a key contributor, so I do feel like it works. I haven't taken it again, but maybe in my next, maybe my next bulk or something, I'll consider taking turkesterone. But that's the supplement that I spoke about at the beginning that was possibly a game changer. It was good. All right. So the ones that I've listed already are the ones that I think are a go. The only ones that you actually need. But consider the name. It is a supplement, right? Consider getting the real food in first. Don't rely solely on supplements. All of these things you could get from food except for creatine. So if you only have one thing that you could get, I would say strength wise, I would say creatine. Health wise, I would probably say like multivitamin or something like that. But I know I've had times where I could only buy one thing, and that was creatine. That is what I bought. So that's my list. If you have any questions or concerns about dosing or anything with supplements, please let me know. I have my link to a good supplement company. It's going to be Raw and Revive are generally the supplements that I use now, right? And I do have a link. I got a discount code with Raw and Revive. If you want to use that discount code, just use my last name, Bagby, at checkout, and you'll get a discount on your order. But like no pressure on it. I'm not messed up about it at all. But I know they have real tested, incredible, supplements. So Raw and Revive, check the link in the description. It'll take you to the site. When you check out, use code Bagby. That's Bagby. All right. So yeah, that's my list. I also wanted to talk about some overrated stuff that you don't want to be using, like test boosters. If you're getting your protein from natural sources and whey protein, BCAAs, unnecessary, right? And then some of these pre-workouts have these overloaded stimulants in them you don't need. All of that, right? So just keep it simple. Do the ones that I just talked about, and then test it out over a 6 to 8 week period. For you to actually know if something works, you have to stick to it for 6 to 8 weeks to see some type of progress. Doing the same thing, which is the right thing, right? Being consistent, 6 to 8 weeks, you're just adding the supplement in. That's how you're going to be able to tell if there's a difference. You know, it's not a miracle thing that's going to just, hey, I don't have to work as hard. I don't got to be consistent. I just got to take this. That's like enhanced people. They do that. Some people do that anyway. But for a natural, you have to be consistent and you have to add these supplements in the right dosage, right? But that's all I got. Let me know if you guys have any additional questions or anything like that. I would love to help you answer those questions. If you guys are looking for any type of training or anything, I can provide that as well. NASM certified, natural pro. You know, I've been doing this for like 15 to 20 years. You know, I'm bodybuilding coaching on the side here. So yeah, reach out to me. Let me know how I can help you guys help yourselves. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys back in the next video. Peace.